Welcome to Let's All Lighten Up with Paul Richards in quite a dark room. I want to clear enough, but I know, but it's all good. I'm here today with the fabulous Zahra Barri. Hello, Zahra.
Hello.
Is that the right angle for you there? I think it's the first one we filmed.
It's never the right angle for me. I need to like Snapchat this stuff.
Yeah, just I guess.
Why have I not got bunny ears?
Or some weird thing on your nose, and I'm too old for this.
I'd see my face in like not photoshopped.
No, bless you. Yeah, we can do something. No, we won't. We'll leave it as it is. It's very nice. Not wishing to sound creepy. So there you go. So this show is purely about finding the good and the happiness and things. So last year when I was flying, I got very annoyed by people, just in general, hate them all, and I still do. Actually, this year it's day one for me, and I don't like any of them. They walk so slowly. There's sort of a cappella groups. Just get a fucking band. It really annoyed me, you know. So it's and then today I had a big audience. I don't like it. I don't like audiences. I like my two people. So what's made you happy so far at the Fringe? I mean, you're here a bit longer than me, aren't you? So
it's funny you should say that, because yesterday I did my show and I actually told them that I didn't like talking.
Oh, okay.
I'm just not much of a talker, really.
Right, but it's stand up.
But I do stand up,
yeah.
And I've agreed to this podcast, which I have to talk into. So I guess the things that make me happy are thinking I'm going to not enjoy something and then surprisingly enjoy it.
So is that your way of saying that you're enjoying your run so far? Or?
Yes, I think so.
Really?
Well,
It's very early days. Obviously.
It's very. I've done 2 performances of my show.
Yeah.
And both have gone very well. I would say well, not very well.
Okay.
There's always room for improvement.
Of course, yeah.
But I have to say the audiences have been really lovely and supportive and nice. So.
Oh, okay. I'm jealous.
Even though I hate talking to new people.
Yeah.
I find that really difficult sometimes. Like, you know, those like smoozy parties that you have to go to.
Horrible.
And I find that really difficult. And sometimes, just being out of your comfort zone, it can be quite scary. But if you just do it, and it's never as bad as you think it is.
Yeah,
So
it's making you happy at this stage, and
I think change of routine as well is nice.
Yeah, but I guess at the Fringe you're going to end up with the same venue every day.
Yeah.
So it will feel like a job. I guess at some point. Doing the same jokes every day.
Yeah.
And but I'm sure.
Well, I'm trying to mix it up actually, because if I do the same jokes every day, I go insane.
Yeah.
And
they can tell, can't they, the audiences?
That you're kind of, that you're dead inside.
Totally. Which I'm there already. But,
another way to like make the joke sound different to you is just to say it differently.
Okay, yeah.
So say the intonations differently.
I mean,
just to entertain yourself. I think though that's kind of what I've started to do. Not focus on entertaining the audience. Just entertain myself.
Yeah,
Make myself happy.
I think I might have to go with that actually. Because today I got so flustered, I just went straight to a punchline about a cat being on my roof.
Don't do the punchline.
And they didn't get what I was going to say. So there's a cat on my roof, and I was like, what? I should have mentioned the whole story, but that's just 4 minutes, and you're drunk. So that's like.
Right, so you didn't do the setup.
No, I didn't do the setup. I went straight to the punchline. I assumed they'd heard the setup somewhere else before, which it's the opening day, so it's good.
When you don't know if you've said something or not.
Yeah.
You're like in your own. You're like, did I already say that?
It's tricky.
I'm repeating myself.
I mean, when you walk into a venue for your show, do you look at the audience and go, yeah, it's going to be great today, or do you look at them and go, oh no, hang on? Or do you not judge? Do you not allow yourself to be judged that way?
It's impossible not to judge people.
Of course,
definitely.
Yeah.
But where I'm doing my show is Bar 50, and it's all very young, travelling people.
Oh, hang on.
Students,
skinny jeans, is it?
They're international. They're actually international.
Oh, okay,
as well.
It's
kind of like, are they going to understand everything I say? But I prefer young and liberal.
Young and liberal.
I like that.
That's
what I like about Edinburgh. They're all very young.
Liberal. It is, yeah.
Even if they're not young, they're liberal.
Yeah,
if they're not
definitely.
liberal, they're young.
Yeah. So you generally feel quite happy when you walk into the room, and like today I walked in.
I just get happy to see people.
Yeah, you're thinking there's money at the end of this. It's okay. Yeah.
Do you know what? Well, I think about the money 5 minutes before the show. The 5 minutes before the show ends.
Yeah.
The thing I'm worried about is getting an audience. And last night I was like, I don't think I'm going to get an audience. And then literally 20 seconds before the show was supposed to start, the room was half full. You know that you're just like shitting.
Yeah. Please do. Yeah, swear. Yeah, go for it.
Shitting yourself.
No,
before you're like, I think I'm going to have to cancel the show now.
Yeah, and you don't
and then all
want
of a sudden, my people are here.
And this is a free show as well you're doing, and you're thinking, I can't even give this shit away. I'm sorry for Zahra, you know.
Times like that, you just wish you were famous.
Yeah, but then the expectation's different, isn't it? And I don't think. I mean, the fact that I don't like people suggests I wouldn't like fame. I think it's like, imagine doing this every day to rooms of people.
I'd like to be famous
horrible, wouldn't it?
just for the Edinburgh Fringe, and then the rest of the year not be famous.
Yeah, that'd be nice. That would make me happy. How you finding flying? Do you fly your own shows?
I fly a half an hour before my show,
cool,
and then if I'm doing a compilation show, I exit flyer that.
Yeah.
But yesterday I did a compilation show and it didn't go back very well. I didn't think I was very funny, but I was like, fuck it, I'm exit flyering.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm actually thinking I'm doing the opposite of advertising now. I'm like, don't come to this because you just saw me and I just
you've seen 10 minutes of this. It's a whole hour of this shit to go. Yeah, it's like,
I was just like, but if you exit flyer, it feels like you're doing something, doesn't it?
Yeah, it kind of makes the 10 minutes worthwhile as well, actually. Because I did a show last year, which I can't name, but I did 6 performances of it, and every day I'd go on and generally die my ass. And then the next act after me, Friz Frizzle, will do really well, and I'm interviewing him as well. And he's awesome. And then we'd have to exit flyer, and he'll be next to me, and like they're coming to his show, they're not coming to mine, are they? But they have to take the flyer out of politeness.
You never know though, because sometimes you think you've done badly, and actually they think that you were really funny.
Yeah.
So just always try and do it.
Assume that you're awesome. I think that's the thing. So,
Yeah.
So for any tips for surviving the Edinburgh Fringe in a sort of happy place? So, like, have you got any days off this year?
No, I
no,
don't, because I'm doing a showcase, AAA, and they don't let you have any days off because they're absolute slave. No, joking. Joking.
No.
So I thought, what's the point of taking a day off with Talk Like an Egyptian? So I'm not taking any days off.
That's good. Yeah.
But fingers crossed, maybe one day
You'll
there
get
won't be any audience, I'll have an evening off.
That's what I was hoping for this morning.
For.
And then the 2 walked in, and I'm like, really? So I've got to do this. Okay, yeah.
So I'm not taking any days off. But I think it's I've been here 3 or 4 days now, and I'm just trying to establish my routine.
Yeah.
I was just saying to my housemates, I was like, I can either do one thing or the other. So I can either be really, really good at comedy, geeky about comedy, go to all these little things,
sure,
or get drunk. So basically, I can't do both. Like, one of my housemates can do both. It's
drunk
genius.
networking.
You know, get all your sleep done, do all the networking, do your shows, go to the media things, go to all these little.
Yeah.
I can't do both. So I'm focusing on just being a good girl for maybe at least half the run.
Yeah, I'll see liver is fine.
And then after that, fuck it.
Yeah, so is that your happy place? Is in alcohol?
I'm just going to be more like, I think once I establish a routine, once I know how the show's going and I know what to expect, then maybe I can sort of let loose a little bit more. But in general, I think it's establishing a routine.
And do you find yourself getting stressed before the shows? Is it, everyone naturally at this stage of the run is getting quite anxious about how it's going to go?
I haven't got anxious in the way that, I think if someone said, oh, there's a reviewer in, I would crap my pants.
Of course, yeah.
But that hasn't happened yet. So I don't really care.
But so where would you mentally find your happy place again, going back to the happy stuff? Is there a cafe that you go to, okay, this is away from the Fringe for a moment where I can chill out? Or
no, there's no sort of place, but but it's just a way of thinking. Like, at the end of the day, none of us are like saving lives or like lawyers or like in really
it doesn't matter
jobs.
What we do,
None of us are like the President of the United States, We don't have like a big job to do that needs to be taken seriously.
Exactly. No one likes the show.
No. Like, who cares really?
Exactly.
All you're doing is just making people laugh. It's not a big deal.
And if it's not for them, it's not for them. We all move on, don't we? So
no one's died.
No,
apart from maybe yourself.
I make a joke about dying on stage every day at the start of it, just as like what could possibly go wrong, and they all think it's going to happen during the show, and it gets awkward, doesn't it? But it lowers expectations. But I think that's about everything we'll talk about time for. But thank you so much. Quick plug in your shows again.
I've got my poster right here.
Oh, awesome.
Can you see that?
They can actually.
Wow.
Yes.
It's Talk Like an Egyptian at Bar 50, 9:45 every night.
Every night.
At I've already said bar 50.
It's a free show of donations at the end.
And it's a fun look into Eastern and Kanye Western
See
culture.
what we did there, that's pretty clever. So I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah, so come along.
Okay.
And we can have some fun. It's basically a party in the room.
Party in the
room.
room.
Party atmosphere.
Party in the room.
And it's just...
And there's a bar as well, isn't there?
There's a bar, of course.
Of course, I'm there.
And
that's all it takes.
I encourage everyone to come in and just chill and have fun.
Thank you very much, Zahra. Appreciate it. Hello, Zahra. No, that's much better, isn't it? There you go. So I've got Friz Frizzle.
Hello.
Yes, and we're going to chat about happy things, aren't we?
Yes, sure.
I'm not entirely sure if I briefed you about this beforehand.
To be fair, I'm not entirely sure of the format of the podcast. I'm just happy for the attention.
Okay, lovely stuff. So I'm going to chat about ways to survive the Edinburgh Fringe and things that maybe have made you unhappy at the Fringe previously, but how you're dealing with them now, if that's so. But firstly, how is your show going? So as we're filming this is day 2, I believe.
Yes,
so
it's day 2. I've done... Well, yesterday I did shows, because I'm doing 2 shows. I'm doing my hour-long normal comedy show, and then for some reason I'm doing a Christmas compilation show, which is possibly the worst idea I've ever had.
Is it because it's August, obviously? I don't know.
Yes, a lot of audience members in my first show last night, I say a lot of them, there were 9 in total. They took, offence. And I was like, why come to the show in the first place if you just don't understand?
Is it because are they fans of yours and they've decided to see whatever work you do now? Is that what's happening?
It's nice. I mean, for 3 weeks of the year, I'm famous and I love it. People would say a cult following. I don't go on and on about it, but I bloody love it. But the thing is, 3 weeks, that isn't the whole year. No. I would love to be this famous, but it is only Edinburgh this time of the year.
Sure.
But it's taken 6 years of constant working and plugging the shows and stuff that have, got people to know sort of what the name is. But I'm still right on the bottom rung of the ladder of winning. But I like the people who come to my show who say positive things about it. That's what makes me happy. Let's bring it back to the subject.
Bring it back to happiness again. So when perhaps you were this is Friz's dad. Hello. I see you. Right? When this is very relaxed. Don't worry, it's all good. When you were perhaps less successful, I know we say so a few years ago maybe we weren't quite getting the audience you want to. How did you keep your morale up? Did you not?
Now,
did you?
My first show was back in 2012, and it was a week long at Fingers Piano Bar.
Okay.
And every single time I was saying to people, "Oh yeah, it's on at Fingers Piano Bar," it would be where? I'd say Frederick Street. Where? And the locals of Edinburgh know it. Know it well. It's a very sort of popular location, especially at night. Between 9 p.m. and 5 a.m. it is buzzing. It's completely ram-packed. But those are the people who live in Edinburgh who get sick of the Fringe on halfway through day 1, so don't want to be flyered. If I were to flyer on the Royal Mile, people would be walking past 100 free shows to my venue and would pop into one of them. So it wasn't a very successful first year. I went in with too much confidence and thinking that, I'm going to be discovered. It's going to be. I only did 6 shows, but it was interesting, and I learned from the mistakes and stuff like that. I learned that. People, because I always do free shows. I'm a firm believer in people paying what they want. People paying for how much what they think the show is worth. Firm believer in that. And the first year I did it, it was a terrible show. So, and I kept doing the mistake of, if I had £10 in the bucket, I'd just buy 3 pints with it. And or in Edinburgh, Newtown, 1 pint with it.
I mean, did you know it's a terrible show?
Oh no! Well, halfway through performing it for the first time, but I was new. I'd been doing comedy in Newcastle. It was probably 10 months.
Right.
And I to think, I'll do an hour-long show, a solo show by myself. Should have done a split show. Should have done it in the middle of town. Should have done it more accessible. But I was just way over my head. Way over my head. And it was a shame, really, because I would have absolutely, if I knew then what I do now, I would have approached it a lot differently. I would have known how to fly, but I was sort of on my own doing it. And 2013, I did the full run, and I just learnt, get to the venue early, flyer a lot, work bloody hard, promote it on social media, and it did not a lot better though. 2013 is one of the shows is the one I talk about where there was one when people talk about, I had a rubbish time at the Fringe, I say, well, look, one time there was 5 people who came to my show, and 3 of them were at the wrong show, and that was what happened in 2013. Following my show was like The Rabbi's Daughter, which was like a very Jewish musical, and like 3 Orthodox Jewish people were like sat in the front row. And about 50 minutes through the show, I sort of looked at them and went, "You're not here for this show, are you?" I'm like, "No." I was like, "Well, let's do an amnesty. If you want, you can walk out now." And 2 of them did.
Oh.
And the thing is about Fingers, it's like an underground piano bar. You can see the pavement from where I was on the piano, and they literally just stood outside for 45 minutes rather than sit inside in the dry.
Actually, to avoid your show, they went actively out there.
Yes. Not a great thing.
No, but it's got better in a sense. And
Yes.
so obviously last year was a good year for you. I think it was.
Yes.
And so your expectations for this year are they? Because obviously it's quite tricky having such a good run last year. Are you assuming it's going to be the same this year, or are you still kind of anything can happen still?
Anything can happen, and that's one of the reasons why I'm kind of glad that the Christmas compilation show I did last night didn't have that many people in.
Yeah.
Because I need that sort of grounding. I need to be told, no, this is the real world. I mean, I like having the full room for the afternoon show. It's a brilliant feeling, but I need to know that this isn't life all the time.
No.
5 minutes after people see my show, they're going to forget my name. They're going to be constantly flyed for another show and then see that.
Yeah.
And it's long days in Edinburgh. I was chatting to a couple yesterday who'd seen 8 shows in a day. And I asked for details, and they forgot about 3 of the shows because that is it. It's just so busy.
Yeah,
so busy. And then like later that day, you realise, oh, that was today we saw that show. I thought that was like 2 days ago. Yeah, because the days are long.
They are,
and that's why I just support social media. Yeah. And like, right, comedians with social media. I'm going to talk to you now. Tweet a joke now and again. Tweet a joke. Yeah, that's it. Because try and be topical. It might not be a joke that you use in your set, but when you think of like a funny idea, tweet that, because people pick up on it. It will be retweeted. Yeah. Don't just use Twitter to plug your gigs if no one knows who you are, because they need to get a feel of it. And I've been on Twitter like 8 years now. Right, it's ridiculous, and people are only starting to like get on Twitter now because like they're finally understanding it, and like it's a lot easier to get on and build a following and stuff. So like people see my Twitter account and go, what, 80,000 tweets? How do you have to? It's like, mate, that's 8 years of tweeting. And I used to live tweet a lot of the episodes of The Apprentice as well, so they're not all jokes, but it's just do that. Just get yourself out there everywhere. And Twitter's amazing. It's like, if you do regularly tell jokes on it, it's like a 24/7 year-long gig. And like when you get new followers, imagine them being like new punters who walk in. Sure. So then maybe repeat a joke or 2 that you did a few months ago. Granted, you get the people saying, "Oh, you tweeted that a few months ago." It's like, yeah, but new people have walked in. But Twitter can be what you make it, and that's what I absolutely love about it.
That's invaluable advice, actually. So I must admit, I just plug my shows. So you're talking. So it's going to be a long fringe. We've established that, and you can get your dad in the video as well if you like. No, okay, he doesn't want to be on. So do you have any days off during the run?
Mondays. Well, Fingers Piano Bar shut on a Monday, so I thought I'd take Monday, because Globe Bar's my afternoon show. So I'm taking that off as well. Okay. But stupidly, tomorrow, which is a Monday, for people in the future, I've got the day off, but I'm booked in for 4 guest spots all around Edinburgh.
That's previous my question. So how do you ever switch off during this? Because it's 3 weeks. It's a long time. It's a lot of shows. Where's your happy place?
Well, this morning, my dad cooked me an amazing full Scottish breakfast, and that was fantastic. And not only that, right, this year is my 6th year at the Fringe. And this my idea a few months ago, because sometimes I can get a little down, I can get bored. I'm happy to say, because I'm open with that, I have like mental health issues, and I sort of deal with it. Like sometimes I have panic attacks, and that can be difficult to do, but sometimes I self-medicate with alcohol, and that's never good. I end up being late nights, I lose my voice on day 3, it's not good. This year I've decided to make it as cheap as possible as well, but my dad, who has been a complete supporter of me this entire time, like ever since I started this weird little musical comedy thing, and like I decided, let's bring him up, we'll get like an airbed, we'll share the cost of the room and stuff, and it's amazing, and it's just he's always been there. He's always like been a support, emotional and stuff like that. And it's just brilliant to know that I have like at least a rock there, because I've got friends up at Edinburgh Fringe, but they're so busy with their own problems and thoughts and stuff, and you don't know what they're thinking. There was an actor I bumped into. I won't say their name or even their gender or anything like that, but they were completely down, and like they're a lot more mature and a lot older than me, and you know they've been gigging for much longer than I have. And if someone with that many years of experience can feel like that, of course I'm allowed to.
There's this sort of culture, because I was chatting to a comedian yesterday, and I said, should we meet up for a pint? Should we do this? And he goes, can we meet up for a cup of tea instead and let's look after our bodies? I thought, okay, this is day one and you're already doing that, actually. But I kind of get that comedians this year seem to be looking after each other a bit more as well, actually. And but I think the danger is sometimes that if you've had a bad show, you just go for a pint and then it kind of spirals from there.
See, that's the thing. It's a win-lose situation. Well, this is what I used to do. At the end of a good show, I'd have a pint to celebrate. At the end of a bad show, I'd have a pint to drown my sorrows. So either way, the solution is to have a pint.
And then lots of pints. Something's just happened in the football on our screen. I'm not sure what it was. But
no. They were disagreeing with me suggesting not to have any pints. It's like, well, where do you think you are?
We're in a pub, just so you can see that, I'm sure. From the footage.
We've got an Australian flag hovering above us for those.
Is that non-alcoholic?
It's Beck's Blue.
Blue, and they're doing pint form now?
No, it was a bottle. I had one before and they just poured it.
But purely for image, they kind of...
I have a brand to protect.
Yes,
I like it. And it's 20p cheaper than an actual pint.
Wow, we're saving money. So there's a lot of stuff. So I think we're near the end of the time. So quick chance to plug all your shows that you're doing, because this will go out at the end of week 1 or week 2.
Will this be mirror imaged in the...
well, just talk them through
it. So this is Elzurf Zurf, Tau Nagro C. No, it's Friz Frizzle gets his organ out. FrizFrizzle.com if you want to check out my albums. They're all free to stream. It's 2.5 hours worth. If you want to buy them, it's all £6 for 2.5 hours of comedy. That's ridiculous. And the other one is this nonsense. Which, if you're not,
going to be awesome.
Okay, fine. It's called Merry Frismas, which is the most egotistical title I've ever given a show. But it's going to be good. I've tweaked with the format. I know exactly how it's going to work now, and it will work.
And it's a long run, isn't it? So
yes.
It'll work. Soon.
For people who don't know me, I do parodies of songs. Let's do that. That's literally it. I take pop songs and I'm a song ruiner.
I recommended 2 people to come to your show yesterday, and they loved it, because I saw them at another show. I saw a Marilyn show later on, and they said, we saw your mate Frizzle, and he was awesome. So that's good. So yeah.
Do you know their names?
There's 2 old guys.
Yes. Was one.
One had a beard. Dave, something like that. And he said that he was more into it than he was into my show. And I thought, a bit harsh, mate, you had to tell me that. But
I picked on him, which was good.
He said he enjoyed it, so he recognised a lot of the songs and stuff. So
excellent. That's all I want to know.
Yes,
5 stars. I recognised most of the songs. Best review I've had.
So well, that's early days. But cheers, dude. Thank you very much.
Right.
And we're there. Thank you. And I think we're.